Welcome to Answering the Call, the official podcast of the 12th Man Foundation. Our show brings you closer to the heart of Texas A&M athletics through powerful stories of perseverance, purpose, and life-changing opportunities made possible by 12th Man Foundation donors. From student athletes and coaches to former students and dedicated staff, you'll hear firsthand how donor support shapes the lives of Aggie student athletes in competition and beyond. Whether you're a lifelong Aggie or simply curious about what makes Texas A&M so special, you're in the right place. Let's dive into today's episode. Howdy, and welcome back to another episode of Answering the Call, the official podcast of the 12th Man Foundation. I'm your host, Ivy Robinson, and before I introduce today's guest, I'd like to share an important update from the 12th Man Foundation, especially for current students at Texas A&M. Student ticket pool for Aggie football is now 100% online and begins 12 days before each game for sports pass holders, based on your classification. Ticket pool for the season opener versus UTSA is August 18th through the 21st, and then pool for Game 2 versus Utah State is the very next week, August 25th through the 28th. So you'll pull tickets for both games before the season kicks off. Ticketpool.com is your go-to source. For how-to videos, step-by-step guides, FAQs, and more, visit ticketpool.com. You can also contact the 12th Man Foundation at 888-992-4443 or tickets at 12thmanfoundation.com. We can't wait to have the 12th Man back in Kyle Field. All right, ready to kick off this episode? I'm thrilled to be joined in studio today by Texas A&M Soccer student athlete Reese Rupe. Thanks for being here, Reese.
Thank you for having me.
We're
great.
Really excited to talk to you today, and I want to start with a fun question to kick off this episode. Tell us, Reese, a unique fact about yourself that you think not many people know.
Oh, goodness. I feel like I'm not that unique. Well, my go-to fun fact is I played guitar in 4th grade. It's always a stellar little fact. I'm awful, but I did play guitar in 4th grade.
I actually grew up playing piano and guitar,
okay,
so I can
cool.
relate to that. Yeah, super fun. Did you just try that on the fly?
I played for a year, and I would rather be at soccer practice, so that's why I'm here now.
Did someone make you play
no,
guitar?
I just was like, I didn't play regular. I played electric guitar, had an amp.
Oh,
it was
you're
red.
like rocking out.
I was attempting to. I had like one chord. It was the G chord. That's all I got for y'all.
I love it. I love it. Okay, well, let's dive into soccer. Okay, obviously you're very passionate about the sport. You play here at Texas A&M. When did you first start playing soccer? Let's go back to the very beginning.
Well, this is a great story that my mom loves. She wasn't going to force us into anything, but she wanted us to play sports. And I told her when I was growing up that I would not play soccer until I was 5. I was apparently very specific about this request. And on my 5th birthday, I looked at my mom and I was like, well, what are we doing? Like, sign me up. What are we doing? I'm 5. And ever since then, I've played soccer. So, good story.
How fun. You were determined and you knew exactly what you wanted to do.
I don't know why I was so specific about 5 years old, but apparently I was.
The age. Okay, well, speaking of your mom, for those who are listening who may not know, Reese's mother actually was a soccer student athlete herself here at Texas A&M. So Reese, why don't you tell us kind of your family story? Like, tell us about your mom and your dad and how that plays into your entire athletic journey.
Yeah, so my mom played soccer here, class of 98. My dad was class of 97. He played baseball here. They met while in college. Their story's really cute when they tell it. I love it, personally. Perfect little athlete relationship. My favorite fun fact to throw in, because I love my mama, is that they were both inducted in the Hall of Fame, but my mom, who is younger than my dad, made it in the Hall of Fame year before my dad. So fun little fact that people like to leave out there, but love my mama. So I started playing soccer growing up. Personally, I think she would have loved if I played any different sport because it's hard to coach your kid in that sport, but she's my best friend to this day, and I just look up to her a lot, especially now that I'm older.
Yeah.
So she raised me, she coached me, she's always been there for me. So I just look up to her in playing soccer. And I mean, I also look up to my dad. He's epic. And both their, athleticness, I guess, raised me and my brother. My brother currently plays football at UTSA, but really proud of him. He's a freshman there right now, so home opener. and hopefully we'll see him there. But just
okay, that's going to be a fun family dynamic
No,
for
I'm
the first
so excited.
football game of the season.
I'm stressing because I'm like, what do I wear? Like, I do I wear my A&M colors or do I have to rep my brother?
That's so true.
I might be choosing A&M over my brother, but it's okay.
Okay, going back to, you mentioned your mom, like she coached you when you were young and helped develop your soccer skills. I'm curious, do y'all have similar personalities and playing styles?
We are, a lot of people say we're the exact same person, which we do not agree with, but I think it's because, she raised me. But to the outside, we are very similar people. And it's a funny question about playing styles because we've been asked that recently. And growing up, it was always no. Like my mom was like, you're completely different from me. And I think that's different in a way that she was definitely a goal scorer and I'm definitely a assist queen in that type of situation. I like to say that me and my mom would play very well together, just like I think we live life well together. But growing up and getting older in college, we sit here and we think about it. And I feel like we're very similar players. So it's kind of fun just to see like my evolution of a player and who my mom was. And I would do anything to be able to see my mom play or play with my mom.
Yeah. Now, how did she start playing soccer? Do you know that story?
I don't really know. I think she just started playing, and I always laugh with her about it because I feel like it was so much more chill to play sports back then. She always says they practiced 2 days a week, and she'd be in the local paper for things, which makes me giggle. There's no local paper anymore where we live, but she just started playing and she kept with it. She has really funny recruitment stories. She and my dad both kind of decided on A&M against other schools, which was very humorous for them at the time. And then it ended up being a really great experience and they would choose no other. So I think her story of how she came to A&M is cool, and my dad's as well, which is just, I think, a God thing, how they came together.
But yeah, obviously there was a reason. And
exactly.
And now you're getting to play at Texas A&M and kind of follow in their legacy, which is incredible. Now, okay, you mentioned your hometown. Tell us where you're from, and I want to know a little bit about your high school, what you did. Obviously you played soccer in high school, but maybe anything else you did in high school. Tell us about your childhood a little bit.
So I'm from Spring, Texas, Houston area, whoop, and very, very prideful about that. I grew up in the woods, which is what I like to say, just very different, very outdoorsy. There was 19 kids in my cul-de-sac. I was the only girl, which is another little fun fact. I just kind of grew up, had my BB guns, had my pocket knife, played with my brother, played sports.
I love it.
So
love the outdoors.
I feel like that was just really growing up and grew up like that. My brother's my best friend now, so I'm really close with him. High school was fun. I started playing basketball in 7th grade, which would be my other sport endeavor. I played JV high school basketball for Grand Oaks High School till sophomore year, which was really fun. If I would have worked on shooting a basketball and stuck with basketball, I would have loved it. Basketball would be the sport I would choose to play if I didn't play soccer. So that was what I did in high school. I played high school soccer as well. A lot of my best friends I bonded with there. And then I graduated early and came here.
Okay, you graduated early.
Yes.
Okay, tell me about when you decided Texas A&M was the school for you. Like, I'm curious, were there any other schools you considered, or knowing that your parents played here, were you dead set on playing soccer here at Texas A&M, or at least just coming? Like, tell us about those decisions and when you came to that realization that, yeah, I want to go to Texas A&M.
So that's a really good story. When I was younger, my one goal, I would write it on everything growing up, was I want to be a Texas A&M soccer player, which is so cute to see now. But as I got older, I didn't want to be in my parents' shadows. I'm a very independent person, and it's the best way I can put that. And so I was like, I don't want to go to A&M and just be like Bryn's daughter or Ryan's daughter. I wanted to create my own path. But every school that I looked at or talked to or went to, it wasn't A&M. Like every school I would compare to A&M and be like, this is an A&M. And it finally hit sophomore, junior year. I was like, A&M's the school I want to go to. And that's why I'm so grateful I'm here, because I wasn't planning on coming here for a while.
Yeah. Were there any visits that you took where you realized, oh yeah, no, I've got to get back to Texas. This is cool, but
I really wanted to go Northeast, just create my own, cold city. And I'm a Texas girl through and through. Goodness, I needed to realize that I need to be in Texas. So that was my main. Out of state, I realized was not going to go well for me.
Yeah, man. I mean, born and raised in Texas as well. And I just can't imagine moving up Northeast like that far away from family and during such a transformative time of your life too, like college and being a student athlete. I mean, has it been nice being able to be close to spring, and be able to see your family and be in an area where they could easily come over and watch you?
It's been really nice. I feel like I take it for granted a lot, just that my family's so close, because I'm always want to say like, oh, like I'm fine by myself, but I haven't seen my mom in 3 weeks and she's coming up tomorrow to help me move. And I'm so excited because I haven't seen her in like 3 weeks feels like ages. So I'm so grateful that I'm really close.
Okay, I want to change topics a little bit. Let's talk about school and what you're studying here. What's your major?
So I'm a business major, and to anyone listening, I'm the fake business major, BSB, general business. And so my minor's in sports management. It's a new degree because I really want to work in sports and I love having that minor. But I am graduating this December, but I still have 2 more years of eligibility after that. So I will be doing entrepreneurial leadership for my master's, but I also still have too much school just to do a master's program. So I'm going to do a certificate in international affairs. So kind of just throwing everything at the wall, seeing what sticks. I have no clue what I want to do with my life, essentially, with that answer.
I mean, it sounds like you've got a good plan for the time being, though. I mean, get as much education as you can while you have that eligibility remaining. And the entrepreneurship sounds awesome. Is that through Maze as well?
It's through Maze, and a lot of my teammates have done it, and they love it. So I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, that'll be exciting. Okay, and then I'm curious how you, as a student athlete, how do you balance the demands of school and sport?
That's a good question. I'm working through that right now because I'm in 2 really difficult summer classes, so I can graduate. So summer classes, 1, going every day is a lot of work. But I've always enjoyed school. Like, I'm kind of that crazy person that enjoys being super busy, which is almost to a fault. But I love studying business, which is why it's a good major, because it interests me. So I honestly just enjoy doing it, and I show up to practice when I should. I coach too, so I balance that at nights, but it never really overwhelms me because I enjoy everything I'm doing. Yeah. It's the best way I can phrase it.
Yeah. Do you give private lessons?
I do private lessons. I've coached teams. I've done private lessons since high school, and it's something I'm really passionate about that I would love to work in the future. I love coaching, and I mean, I love working with kids and just being able to see development. It's one of the things I super enjoy. I would love to coach one day.
Yeah. I could see that. I definitely could.
Thanks.
Okay. And so what made you specifically choose business? Was there a specific reason? And then have you had any favorite classes that just really stand out to you?
So I came into school originally as a comm major because I wanted to go into sports broadcasting. And while I was doing that, I realized, if we can tell by the audio of this podcast, I talk very quickly. And I just didn't think that was a sports broadcasting fit to focus on air. And I was like, you know what? I'll just go into business, because what else do you do but go into business? It's applicable for everything. But ever since changing my major, I've honestly grown such a love for business. My favorite class, honestly, so far has been the business law class that I'm in. I hopefully want to go to law school one day. And I was very iffy if it was something that was going to interest me. And this business law class I'm taking is very interesting, and I've loved taking it this summer.
Well, that's fantastic that you discovered that. Yeah, discovered that love. Okay, I want to go back to, so I know that you wear jersey number 12 for the A&M Soccer team. Tell us about that moment when you found out you were going to get to wear that number and what it means to you to represent number 12. I mean, the 12th man here at Texas A&M.
Oh, it's so cool. Every single day I look at my locker, put a practice uniform on. I'm just so grateful. But it was funny because I committed here and we had our visit with my whole class. Actually went on a big visit together. We were super close, like love all of them. They're my best friends to this day. And afterwards, G called some of us and was like, hey, do you want this number? Like, it's available, right? So I'm sitting here the whole time, and 6, my mom's number was taken. And I was like, you know what? Like, a lot of people are their dad's numbers. If their dad's played football, like in sports, I was like, I'll be 36. I'll be my dad's number, like Rupe 36. It'll be really cool, right? And G calls me and he's like, hey, like, you're the first legacy kid in our program. Like, would you want to be number 12? And I mean, my jaw dropped. I was like, oh my goodness. Also, like, I love Allie Russell, who was 12 before me. So like, that was so cool. And my jaw dropped. I was like, my mom was in the car with me because we were still in College Station. And she was like, what? And I was like, immediately, I was like, yes, sir. And I called my dad. And I was like, sorry, I'm not going to be your number anymore, but I get to be 12. So that was a really cool moment when I was younger just to think about to now. So my freshman year, I tore my ACL and I didn't get to play. And so my sophomore year, I feel like it was just this really long, I want to play college soccer and build up. And I still remember like the first time I went on the field at Ellis and it was like Reese Rupe, number 12. And I was like, wow, like that's the sickest thing I've ever heard before in my whole entire life. But one of my favorite bits is me and Ava, both Ava Underwood, volleyball number 12. She's one of my good friends. And we always say 12th woman, which is funny because we're
the 12th woman. Yep.
The 12th man. I love the 12th man. I love the spirit of the 12th man. But like on our teams, we're the 12th woman. So that's one of our little bits that we like. But
I love that.
It's just so cool to be able to rep A&M like that.
Oh, yeah.
It's great.
Right. To represent that historic tradition. Man, yeah. What a moment too, like to take Ellis Field for the first time wearing that number. Do a lot of fans and like little kids come up to you as well since you've got number 12?
It's so cute. Like I like it. And I forget when I was younger, I found the team so cool. And I was like, man, like I forget what it's like to be young like that. So that's really cool to see.
Yeah. That's awesome. Okay, now tell us your thoughts on the 2025 soccer season. What can fans get excited about with this upcoming season?
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I think the fans can look forward to all the new personalities on the team. We've all heard about transfer portal and across college soccer of just the shift in all the teams, but this group is really special. And despite soccer, like we're all really great friends, which I love. Like we just had our media day and it was probably the most fun I've had in a media day because I love everyone there and the vibes were great. So I think fans should look forward to, one, I am feeling the season so much, but just off the field dynamics that translate on the field so well is what I'm really excited to see.
Yeah. Okay, going back, you mentioned your injury your freshman year. What did you learn about yourself through that injury and how do you think it made you an even stronger and better competitor?
I think looking back on it, everyone says he has a plan, like it's God's timing, and it so was because I needed that to be able to step back. Soccer is not my identity and it's not founded that. And I was just able to really see how much I was lacking in my faith and how much I needed to grow that. And I feel like now sitting here, I can firmly say that my identity isn't being a Texas A&M soccer player, like being the 12th man, like going to school or even being an Aggie. It's in Christ. And I feel like that's something I would have never realized until later or matured in regards to that without having to step back from the sport. So just really trusting in his plan was something I got out of it, which is really cool to be able to say so confidently now because in the process, it wasn't like that.
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. Sometimes our setbacks can be our greatest blessings, and just really grateful that you shared that story because who knows, somebody listening to this podcast right now might be experiencing an injury or a setback or something that's really hard to walk through. And this can just be a reminder for them that, yeah, sometimes those challenges can set us up for good in the future. Okay, Reese, so many of our listeners on this podcast are 12th Man Foundation donors and season ticket holders, and their contributions, their donations, whether it's through a soccer season ticket purchase or if they just give philanthropically to support Texas A&M student athletes through the 12th Man Foundation, those resources go back to impact programs and things like nutrition, sports medicine, mental health resources, these great facilities that you and your teammates are able to utilize. What would be your message of gratitude to those individuals who selflessly give because they want Aggie student athletes to have the best?
Honestly, so much gratefulness pours from my heart just every day walking into the Sin Center that we get to walk into and seeing the facilities we get to play our sports in is so cool just to see how much Aggie tradition affects our programs and people pouring back into them. So I have nothing but gratitude for all the donors for allowing us to live in, honestly, the luxury that we do.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite area of this building that we're in right now?
The dining hall is my favorite area, of course. I love my food, but honestly, our food is great. I crave it sometimes, which is so funny to say about a dining hall. And it's good fellowship is what I like to say. Like I get to sit with my team. I get to sit with other teams. And
you get to see people from other
that's just
sports.
Such an indirect consequence of donors pouring into the program. Is just the bonds it creates with the whole entire athletic department.
Mm-hmm. Okay, another fun question for you. What is like your pre-game routine, or like walk us through a day in the life of Reese when it's game day?
I love this question. So to start off my mornings, this is very specific, but we play in the fall, conveniently right when Starbucks fall menu drops. So I do a pumpkin spice matcha is like every game day is my requirement. And I will hunt these down in whatever city we travel to. It is my big superstition. So I do that, and we eat a few meals like throughout the day. I'll go on walks with my friends. Game days are really fun for me because they're very chill till up to the game. So I just embrace the relaxation of it all, I guess.
Yeah.
And then we have our shakeout where we just get our body flowing. And one of my superstitions is I do the splits on both legs during our shakeout before every game. It's just, I always throw this, like, it's one of my superstitions that I do. And then before the game, so I don't know if my teammates like it or not, but I'm on aux, or I play music for the locker room, the field, everything. So I honestly spend a very long time cueing the music that we play to make sure it's a good game vibe. And we'll do funny songs. If we're in LSU, we'll play Call 'em Baton Rouge. If we're in Tennessee, we'll play some Dixieland Delight. So we get some fun songs going on in there. A staple is Delta Dawn. Delta Dawn before every game is great. So the music is a really big focus for me because I love music. And I do pink wrist tape is one of my things I do before my game. So I always write a Bible verse on it, and one of my friends will write a funny joke on it. And I write any reminders that I need to have because it's so easy just to get caught up in the game. And for me, it's realizing like what I said earlier of my identity being in Christ, and like I'm playing the sport for a reason, and it's not for my success, and it's not for my glory, and it's for his. So keeping that reminder on my wrist to look down on, and it's the color pink because I love pink. But so that's kind of my game day. The games are great. That's my favorite part. I mean, our team is fun. Our bench is hype. I would say we have the best bench in the SEC. We pass it back the whole time. So it keeps everyone in the field super engaged and excited. I don't know. I just love our team dynamics. I love games. That's what we live for, you know? Like that's why I'm excited for starting season is I can't wait for it all.
Just the hype and that energy.
No,
Man,
it's
that sounds
so great.
So fun. It sounds like the culture is just great with this team this year and this group of girls. Okay, the pumpkin spice matcha. I'm a matcha girly, but I've never tried pumpkin spice
you
in
need
it.
to. So I came up with that like 2 falls ago because I love matcha and I didn't want a coffee. I wanted a matcha.
Yes.
Pumpkin spice matcha. Anyone who's listening,
I'm
delightful.
trying this in the
great.
fall. Like when the menu drops, like you said.
Great.
You will find me in the Starbucks drive-thru trying that. Okay, super fun. Now, speaking of teammates, is there anyone specifically on the team who has maybe pushed you to become a better player and who's really challenged you?
Bella James was my roommate freshman year, and we knew each other actually growing up. We played soccer together before she moved to Dallas. So I've known her for what I would consider a lot of my conscious life since I was probably like 13. And unfortunately, we both tore our ACLs around the same time freshman year. So we were roommates and we were both dealing with our knee issues, but that meant we spent 24/7 together. And she's one of those people that I can be so honest with myself around, and she pushes me to be better and will call me out on things and will push me or tell me just the truth, which I feel like a lot of people don't. And I really respect her and value her as a friend. And she's honestly really been great to me through these 3 years. And Hattie Patterson, which is a new name for the Texas A&M soccer team, she transferred from Ole Miss, has quickly become one of my really great friends. And I feel like that's because the minute she got here, we bonded. But she was just super real. Like if I was going through something, she'd be like, suck it up, come on. Or like she would tell me something straight up to my face, which I really value. And she really pushed me this spring, which I appreciate.
Going back to Bella, were y'all able to like go through physical therapy together?
We did. So our PT was at the same times, and we would swim before PT. We would do some hot work sessions before PT. And when we were both coming back to soccer, we trained together. So it was one of those super awful events that created such a good bonding. And I feel like you don't realize how bad it is till you go through it, which is something I didn't even realize till I tore my ACL. But we were both able, I feel like, to get through it better than we would have alone.
Yeah.
Because of each other.
I mean, we've had several athletes on this podcast talk about like injuries or setbacks that they had and how it just makes you appreciate the game that much more when you get the opportunity to get back out there. And like, what was the process like building your stamina back up? Was that difficult? I mean, getting game ready and season ready?
That was really difficult. I feel like one thing that helped is me and Bella did a bunch of swim workouts, which I mentioned. So even though we weren't able to run, we kept our cardio up. So shout out to all my swimmers. Your sport is awful. I am so bad. I do have some swim friends, and I tell them that I need swim lessons because I'm so bad. But that helped our cardio, and I felt like I was 15 years old, like pushing myself to do fitness again and get fit, like as a kid, because it was so difficult. But again, having Bella there to do a lot of stuff was good.
Yeah.
And it was really nice also to be able to rely on my mom in that situation, of her just having knowledge of like, this is how you should push yourself. These are workouts you need to do. So I feel like with my support system, it ended up being very good.
Yeah. It sounds like you have a great community around you, and that's just,
love it.
I mean, phenomenal. And speaking of segueing from community and just Texas A&M and this awesome fan base and family, the Aggie family, as a daughter of parents who came to Texas A&M and as someone who loves and cherishes this university, why are you specifically proud to be here and to one day be a part of the Aggie Network?
I don't think any other school can say that they're a family. Like we say we're a family. I mean, I'm a junior. I've been here for 3 years. And in the 3 years that I've been here, I've never not run into an Aggie who I haven't had a conversation with or stopped to talk to. And I feel like it is such a sense of love amongst all Aggies. And it's so cool, like, see another Aggie in, like, Florida. And you're like, oh, my goodness, like, you went to A&M. And it's a whole conversation starter. And the network isn't something that is exaggerated, is the best way I could put it. Like, it is so true and it is so there. And, like, my mom picked an Aggie pediatrician for me and my brother, and she picks Aggie doctors. And that's something that I look forward to doing in the future because I think the Aggie Network is the coolest thing to come out of this university.
Right. I mean, if you really sit and think about it, we talk about the Aggie Network and how, like you said, it's a conversation starter when you're out in public. Like, strangers can, they notice the ring and they come up and talk to you. I don't think that happens with other universities.
No,
like,
I really don't.
I really don't.
Funny example that is very Gen Z of me to be giving an example as for any other listeners, but our team just took a little beach trip to Bolivar, right? Like, we just hung out and we bonded because we're like, okay, before season starts, like, we have a bunch of like new people, like, let's all get to know each other. But we're soccer players, so we all went on runs on Saturday morning. So we're all running in Bolivar. Well, then comes media day, okay? So we post TikToks on media day because we're Gen Z little TikTokers. And one of the comments on Hattie's post was, y'all were just in Galveston, weren't you? And we're like, that's funny. Like, because Aggies recognize Aggies. And it's like, oh, like
Right.
the Aggie soccer team was in Galveston.
Right.
So that's one of the funny stories about the Aggie community that made me giggle recently.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, that's great. And then going back to like Texas A&M and just your aspirations and goals for the future. I know you said you're still trying to decide what you want to do, but what would be like dream goal, dream opportunity for you one day when your time at Texas A&M is complete?
So I really want to work in the sports world because I enjoyed pretty much nothing else but sports. I love baseball. I love football. I mean, I obviously love soccer. I would love, if I go to law school, I would love to look into general counseling for a sports team. But ultimately, I'd love to be a sports agent. That is something that's always interested me and I feel like fits my personality really well. And I would love to go into that.
Reese Rupe on Answering the Call podcast. Reese, thank you again so much for being here today and for your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of Answering the Call. If you're enjoying this show, please rate and follow us on your podcast streaming platform of choice so you can be the first to know when a new episode drops. As always, a big thank you to our incredible podcast producer, Megan Rohde, to 12 Man Productions, and Texas A&M Athletics NIL Department. We also extend our heartfelt gratitude to every donor and season ticket holder for always answering the call through loyal support of Texas A&M Athletics and our student athletes. We'll be back soon with more content. Thanks and gig 'em.